Welcome! Today we're comparing the military strength of two European nations with radically different approaches, Hungary and Ireland. Hungary, a NATO member, is modernizing rapidly, building a formidable land and air force. Ireland, neutral and without fighter jets, focuses its modest resources on maritime security and peacekeeping. It's a story of strategic divergence, two nations facing different threats with different tools. Does Hungary's arsenal make it stronger? Or is Ireland's specialized, efficient force more fit for purpose? Let's dive in. Let's start with the numbers. The Global Firepower Index ranks Hungary 55th out of 145 countries, with a power index score of 1.0259. Ireland sits at 97th, with a score of 2.1103, more than double Hungary's. On paper, Hungary is the clear winner. But these rankings reward conventional military might, tanks, jets, and large forces. Ireland's lower score reflects its deliberate choice to avoid the arms race, focusing instead on neutrality and specialized defense. The index doesn't measure how well a military fits its nation's needs. Hungary invests in broad capabilities for NATO and regional security. Ireland's force is tailored for peacekeeping, maritime patrol, and civil support, roles where tanks and attack helicopters are irrelevant. The 42-place gap is significant, but it's also misleading. Hungary has more traditional tools of war, but Ireland's smaller toolbox is built for its unique challenges. These rankings are a starting point, not the whole story. As we compare, remember, we're looking at two distinct strategic cultures. One is alliance-driven and conventional, the other, fiercely independent and specialized. The real question, what does strength mean for each? Money shapes military power. Hungary spends $4.5 billion on defense, aiming for NATO's 2% GDP target. This funds the Zrínyi 2026 modernization, new helicopters, air defense, and armored vehicles. Hungary is investing to become a serious regional player. Ireland's budget is just $1.5 billion, one-third of Hungary's. For a similar-sized economy, that's remarkably low, reflecting a belief that Ireland faces no direct military threat. Ireland's budget maintains existing forces, not expansion. Hungary's funding allows for advanced tech, large-scale training, and a proactive defense posture. Ireland's budget is stretched thin, often struggling to keep ships and aircraft operational. The financial gap shapes everything. Hungary can field a modern combined arms force. Ireland, a small specialized one. Hungary's investment translates to greater firepower and readiness. But is Ireland's thriftiness a weakness? Or smart focus? The debate over bang for your buck is central to understanding these two paths. Sometimes less is more, if it's the right fit. At its core, a military is about people. Hungary fields 41,600 active duty personnel, a small city's worth. This allows for specialization, resilience, and the ability to sustain large-scale operations. Hungary can staff tanks, jets, artillery, and complex logistics, supporting NATO's collective defense. Ireland's defense forces have just 7,765 personnel, smaller than many city police forces. Retention is a challenge, and the force is stretched thin. With so few, Ireland can't fight a sustained, high-intensity conflict. Hungary's numbers allow for multiple brigades, large-scale training, and operational depth. Ireland's two brigades focus on small unit deployments and peacekeeping. The Irish are respected for professionalism, but lack the mass for conventional warfare. Hungary's human resources support a traditional war-fighting military. Ireland's size dictates a focus on security and stability, not large-scale combat. It's not about quality. It's about what each force is built to do. Scale shapes capability. Reserves add depth to a nation's defense. Hungary has 20,000 reservists, an essential pool for crisis mobilization. These citizen soldiers can augment active units, guard infrastructure, and provide rear area security. Hungary's revitalized reserves are a force multiplier, ready for large-scale contingencies. Ireland's reserve defense force numbers just 1,700, a fraction of its population. Underfunded and shrinking, the Irish reserves play a limited support role, not a strategic reserve. They assist in emergencies and state events, but can't form combat units or expand the military's warfighting potential. Hungary's reserves can more than double its strength in a crisis. Ireland's offer little strategic depth. This contrast reflects each nation's outlook. Hungary prepares for mass mobilization. Ireland sees no need. Different threats, different force structures. In reserves, Hungary's advantage is overwhelming. Ireland's approach is minimalist by design. Paramilitary forces blur the line between police and military. Hungary has 15,000 paramilitary personnel, armed police and border guards, crucial for rural policing, border security, and crisis response. They handle situations too large for police, but not requiring the army, freeing the military for external threats. In war, they could act as light infantry, adding another layer to Hungary's defenses. Ireland has no paramilitary force. Its police, Garda Síochána, are unarmed, with only a few armed units. National security and border control fall to the police, or, if needed, the defense forces. This is a deliberate choice, rooted in Ireland's history, but creates a capability gap. Hungary's layered security system is robust. Ireland's is simpler and potentially more vulnerable. Add Hungary's paramilitaries to its active and reserve forces, and its crisis manpower is substantial. Ireland relies on a small army and unarmed police for all threats. The difference is stark. Air power is a decisive symbol of military strength. Hungary's air force operates 69 aircraft, including 14 Saab Gripen fighter jets, modern, multi-role, and NATO integrated. Supported by new helicopters and transports, Hungary can defend its airspace and project power. Ireland's Air Corps has 22 aircraft and 0 fighter jets. Irish airspace is protected by the British Royal Air Force. The Air Corps focuses on maritime patrol, utility flights, and air ambulance roles. No air combat capability, no sovereignty over its skies. Hungary can defend, support ground troops, and join international operations. Ireland is dependent on a neighbor for air defense. Some see this as pragmatic, others as a loss of sovereignty. In air power, Hungary is in a different league. Ireland's air service is specialized, but not combat capable. The gap is unbridgeable. On the ground, Hungary's army is built for high-intensity combat. It fields 209 main battle tanks, including state-of-the-art Leopard 2A7 Plus models. With nearly 7,800 armored vehicles, Lynx IFVs, Gidron APCs, and more, Hungary is a modern mechanized force. Ireland has 0 tanks and about 1,100 armored vehicles, mostly Moag Piranha APCs. Irish vehicles are designed for troop protection, not tank battles. Hungary's doctrine and equipment are geared for NATO-style warfare. Ireland's army is light infantry, focused on peacekeeping and internal security. The Irish excel in stability operations, not peer conflict. No tanks, little artillery, no attack helicopters. Ireland is not built for conventional war. Hungary's army can smash through enemy lines. Ireland's is built to patrol and protect. Both are effective in their roles, but not comparable in combat power. The difference is fundamental. Hungary's iron fist, Ireland's steady hand. At sea, the roles reverse. Hungary, landlocked, has no navy, just a small riverine flotilla for the Danube. Ireland, an island nation, has a vast maritime zone to patrol. The Irish Naval Service operates 8 offshore patrol vessels, floating police platforms, not warships. Their job patrol the EEZ, inspect trawlers, intercept smugglers, and conduct search and rescue. No anti-ship missiles, no torpedoes, no air defense, just a 76mm cannon. The fleet is efficient for its niche, but suffers from crew shortages. In maritime security, Ireland is the dominant power. Hungary is absent by necessity. Ireland's navy is vital to its interests, tailored to its geography. Hungary doesn't need a navy. In this domain, Ireland's specialized force is far more relevant. It's a perfect example of fitness for purpose. Ireland's small navy is better than none at all. Context is everything. So, what have we learned? In a conventional war, Hungary is vastly stronger, modern, well-funded, and NATO-backed. But strength isn't one-dimensional. Ireland's military is optimized for maritime security, peacekeeping, and domestic stability. Both nations have tailored their forces to their unique realities. Hungary is strong in continental conflict. Ireland in maritime sovereignty and peace operations. There's no universal model for defense. Each military reflects its nation's history, geography, and priorities. Hungary's approach isn't better than Ireland's, just different. Strength is about being fit for your own purpose.